Just over 5 months ago at this very location, Andrew Rogerson, also known as the Cycling Scouser, was on the home stretch after a 5-month arduous journey in which he cycled 10,000 miles from Shanghai to Merseyside. Now the adventure seeker is about to embark on a brand new challenge. This May, just less than a month after completing his very first marathon in London, Andrew will be taking a flight to Jordan in Western Asia to commence his next challenge, running 5 marathons in 5 days through the blistering 40-degree heat of the desert. With that all in mind, you're probably assuming that he must be a keen runner and enjoy the prospect of running.
Now, silly question, but do you actually like running?
No, hate running. The furthest I've run to date is 16 miles. I've got the London Marathon coming up, so that should be a bit more training. But yeah, I hate it. Cycling's a lot easier, a lot better. Physically, I'd say this is much more difficult. Cycling in the heat's a lot easier than running in the heat because you're obviously generating a breeze to cool yourself down a little bit. With running, there's nothing to that. Also, I'll be carrying everything in a backpack, so it's not just as easy as running a normal marathon. I'll have a tent, water, food for 5 days in there, so it'll be difficult.
With one momentous challenge firmly booked into his fast-paced calendar, the Liverpool thrill-seeker has already set his mind to the next, in the form of rowing the Atlantic Ocean, completely unsupported.
So hopefully this time in December, if we can get the funding in place to buy the boat, I'll be setting off and trying to row across the Atlantic solo and unsupported. As it stands, there's been less people in space, I think, than have rowed an ocean, and that number comes down even further when you look at solo rows and then unsupported solo rows. I thought if I make it, I'll probably be one of about 15 people who've ever done it.
What spurs you on to do these challenges? Because they're absolutely crazy, and you think it's a lot to do with the mentality of it rather than perhaps, well, of course you need to be fit, but yeah, it's a lot to do with the mentality, I assume.
Oh, huge amount. And, going back again to the Anthony Nolan Foundation, you see these people, like children very often, and they're battling through cancer, and it just makes me realise that I've got nothing to complain about, and I've got to do my small bit to raise money to help save their lives.
Having raised over £29,000 from his previous challenge of cycling 10,000 miles from China to Liverpool, Andrew Rogerson, who now goes by the name of the Running Scouser, is sure to raise even more money for the charity that saved the life of his friend's son Charlie. Nathan Griffiths, Beatty for Liverpool.